Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 31 of SMG Viewers Comments. Now, the channel's been picking up a bunch of new subscribers, and that's really cool. And for those of you guys who are just coming on board, I try and do one of these shows at least once a week. So if you've got questions, I've got answers, and I'm more than happy to answer them. So here we go. First question.
Dear Glen, what do you love about your job?
You know, for all my bitching and complaining about shitty musicians, every now and then you do get to do a project where everything just clicks and it's absolutely fucking magic. Unfortunately, those projects wind up being way too short, but, you know, they're a lot of fun when they do happen, and it's really cool. You know, every now and then I get to do some really amazing stuff. And the one project that really stands out in my mind was 2006. Geez, that's all 10 years ago now, coming up in the summer. A little band I did called Black Creek, and they were out of Amherstburg, Ontario, and these guys were just absolutely fantastic. I think we did the entire album. We did a 9-song album in like 4 days. You know, just wound up with this really cool guitar tone. The band was incredibly well practiced. They came in and just kicked ass, and we made a really fun record. And records would be a lot more fun if musicians would be much more prepared when they come into the studio. So yes, I do love my job. Every now and then, you know, you get a breakthrough. You know, it's like you get the cool snare sound or you get the great guitar tone. That's what makes the job worth it. I mean, I remember the day I got this rev generator and plugged it out, just like, damn, that thing sounds amazing. That is when I love the job. When things happen when you envision them happening, that's when it becomes a lot of fun. Yeah, for all my bitching and complaining about shitty musicians, you know, every now and then we get a project in here that's a lot of fun, and that makes all the grief worth it. So yes, it can be incredibly rewarding. Just be prepared to wade through a world of shit to get there.
What snare drum did you use in this video?
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, that's the Ripple snare tuning video. If you're curious about that, that drum there is the Steve Smith cast steel snare. That also won my snare drum shootout a while back, and that's pretty much the one snare drum I've been using more than anything else over the last few years. Picked that up at Steve's Music in Toronto. I was looking for actually a cast brass like they used on the Black album, but they didn't have anything like that, and that's a very hard drum to find, actually. If anybody knows where I can find one, I'd be very interested in picking one up. But anyway, I found the Steve Smith cast steel. The thing weighs a fucking metric ton, and it's just an amazing drum. Steve Smith being the drummer from Journey, of all people. And that snare has wound up on an awful lot of records over the last few years. Ever since I picked it up, I've had a lot of guys going, hey, you still get that really cool steel snare? So yeah, it's pretty fucking badass. And that's one drum I'm not really too worried about warping. It's cast steel and it's got cast zinc hoops. So it's not a case where it's like maple with, you know, like wedged metal or whatever the fuck you call it hoops. This thing's actually pretty fucking solid. So yes, lesser drums might warp. This one, not so much, I would think.
What's a good pair of headphones for tracking drums? I can't find any that reduce noise enough.
Now, I don't use noise canceling headphones. I've been using this pair of Sennheiser EH150s for close to 10 years now. Picked these up for about 60 bucks a while back, and they've just been fantastic. What I really like about these is they keep the click noise in the headphones out of the fucking overheads, and that's really important when you're tracking live drums. I think Vic Firth makes some isolation headphones. There's also ones called Extreme Isolation. I've never tried using noise canceling headphones yet, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna be hopefully trying out some new styles of headphones later on this year. I'm also going to be looking at hopefully getting some in-ears to try out. Both me and TJ were scanned for those at NAMM, and we are working on getting a review set. So we'll see how that works out. Those might be a real cool thing for tracking drums live and on stage as well. So we'll see where that goes.
Hey, we jumped through hoops to watch you in Iran. Where's our medal?
Dude, if you are serious and you're watching from Iran, wow. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Don't do anything that's going to get you caught. Hopefully you guys aren't going to catch any shit for watching what I do. I mean, that's an awful lot to risk, because they're not exactly, the government in Iran isn't exactly what you'd call a tolerant bunch, now would you? What can I say other than I've got absolute respect and admiration for that. Thank you so much for watching. If I could send you guys something, if I could trust the mail system, to actually get something to you guys. I would really love to send you something. I don't know if they read your mail when you come in, when it comes into the country or what. I don't know what the deal is there. If one of you guys can contact me via private message and just let me know how we could possibly make that happen, that would be really awesome. Anyway, take care.
Just because of an interest, guys. Why the Line 6 is so hated. Don't really play stuff, but I'm curious. LOL.
I don't really have brand hatred. I just have equipment hatred. I mean, like, I don't understand the whole brand loyalty thing. It just never made any sense to me. Either gear is good or it's not good. Doesn't matter the nameplate. You know what I mean? That's why okay, hang on. I'm gonna stop myself right there before I get myself into trouble with people who are brand loyal. Anyway, I checked out the Line 6 booth at NAMM. Checked out the Helix. Looks like it might be pretty promising. Hopefully I can get a chance to check it out. We'll see what it does. In the meantime, I'm not a fan at all of the Spider, but let me see here. Hold up. I've got this coming up. I'm going to be reviewing this in a couple weeks. We're actually tracking for the demo for this last night, and this is the Pod HD, and I'm going to give a very honest and fair review on it. And I'm sure you guys are going to be quite interested to see what I come up with on this. So for me, it's not about trashing brands. I try and judge all equipment fairly, no matter what the nameplate is.
Last year, I attended a wedding. The guitar player played C major every fucking bar of every fucking song. Occasionally, he played solos here and there. Random notes from E minor scale. This is too stupid to make up. This really happened. I still cry when I think about that night.
And that story is just too fucked up to not be true. I can totally see something like that happening. I remember going to a show one night, and it's like local bar band, cover band, and whatnot. Really decent players. These guys have been around a while, but you could tell the guitar player just got a wah-wah pedal that day because every fucking solo had wah-wah on it. Wah, wah, wah. The real trick is playing wah-wah without moving your mouth, guys.
Do you have a Patreon?
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yes, of course, I do have a Patreon. The link is in the screen below, and it's also in the description. You can check it out there. I'm going to be getting a little bit more involved with the Patreon in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing some exclusive live events and that kind of thing. And I'm just kind of fleshing out. I've got a great big grand plan for what I'd like to do with the channel over the next year or two, and you guys can help out on the Patreon to make that happen. I'm going to do an announcement video in a week or two just explaining what I'm planning on doing. So stay tuned for that, and I very much appreciate your support. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's signed up for Patreon, because you guys fucking rock. Thank you so much.
Hi, Glenn. Hope you're doing good. Have you ever thought about writing a book on how to run a studio successfully?
Well, I will tell you this. When I figure out how to run a studio successfully, I will write that book. In the meantime, I think I'm going to be doing some online classes in the next few months. Just stay tuned to the channel. I'm just kind of tossing some ideas around at the moment, and we're going to come up with a few different things. But eventually, I would really like to do a couple cases where I can offer some one-on-one classes, like over Skype, and help out with mix evaluations and that kind of thing. And then maybe some bigger classes. And again, this will all kind of tie back into my Patreon as well. So stay tuned for that. And a lot of that bears on me getting fiber optic, which should be coming in this spring. So that's going to be the next couple months, and I really want to get going on that. Meantime, stay tuned to the channel here, and I will keep you updated. And before I wrap it up here, I just want to say, I've still got that sale going on some oddball size t-shirts, the old stock stuff like the stop covering the mics and that sort of thing. I've got a lot of double, triple XLs. I still need to get rid of some smalls as well. And I just found a couple of large sizes for stop covering the mic as well. There's 2 of those left. You can get those at a reduced rate. Hit me up at spectremedia.ca/shop. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody from all over the world who's watching the show. Everybody who chimed in from the Far East last week, thank you so much for saying hi. And in honor of our friends in Iran, if we have anybody from the Middle East who's watching, Iran, Iraq, any of those kind of countries, Saudi Arabia, if they allow you guys to watch internet, say hi. You don't have to use your real names, of course, but please say hello. It's so cool hearing from so many people all over the world. It's so cool to find all these headbangers all over the world who watch this show. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.